hopefully we'll get a nice little. I'm hoping we might get a nice little camera angle as we go. So there we go. That's a lovely little camera angle. So we go. So the 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. It looked like a very solid start there from Freeman. Hoopalicious, it seems, is just going to tuck him behind him as we go through the first corner. Pretty clean first corner, a bit wide there. I think that was from Midzi, and Hoopalicious actually sent it down the inside into what's that?
Oh,
there. Oh, it's all over. There's
round.
a bit at the back there.
Yeah, I think
Ham's gone round.
I think I saw a bit of broken from a racing point as well. I think Ham's gone round. I think he has.
He has, yeah.
He has.
As Hoopalicious and Freeman go almost side by side into Brooklands there, around Luffield, and Freeman still has the lead over Hoopalicious, over Jam. They're all very close together. Could we see a move here? Hoopalicious is looking really good. He's looking really feisty, ready to get a move for the race lead. They go, he's almost touched the back of him, going through the cops there. Not quite though. Looks like there's been a few kerfuffles around the back of the pack. We go through Magnus and Beckett's.
I mentioned about I saw a bit of an end plate come off the racing point. It was from B-Dunk, so there might have been contact between B-Dunk and Hamjam to explain why Hamjam was facing the wrong way.
Yeah, that could have been most likely perhaps a little collision into the first turn at Abbey. That's a horrid camera angle from Jam. As we go through the first lap, the timers are B-Dunk's coming to the pits. He'll be replacing that front wing, and Freeman will of course take the first lap. It goes Freeman from Hoopalicious, from Jam, from Midzi, and goes to Colt. He's the top 5, if I'm not mistaken. Merckx has gained a few positions. He's up into P7. Of course, we've got the few glitches. P6, sorry, I must be mistaken. Ryan Jones has left the session. He's actually retired. Is that in the pits? I believe that's in the pits.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. I think Ryan Jones is just having a bit of rotten luck at the minute. As we continue, Hoopalicious got a little bit on the grass onto the entry there to Brooklands. I am getting that right. I'm positive. I promise. It's looking very interesting.
So it looks like you've got one driver. So you've got one driver outside the DRS zone already. I mean, the DRS doesn't activate just yet, but you do not want to be over a second behind the driver in front already, because you're straight away going to be under pressure and vulnerable. Oh, and Hamjam's make the move and race roller before we get to Magnus and Beckett. So the comeback is on already for Hamjam.
Yeah, he's not too far off either. Could we perhaps see a little move? Just like going around the track. Oh, we've got perhaps a little move there. Darnell kind of sent it seems a little bit. Speed dunk, it looks like has gone around a little bit on the exit of Luffield, which is not good to see. Just looking at that mini map down in the corner, looks very tight there. Look at that nice little. Hoopalicious gets the fastest up so far. He's right on the back of Freeman. I'm expecting a little lunge to come in somewhere. Could it be a dive bomb on the dive bomber, as he's known? The SLR dive bomber is Freeman. Doesn't look like here, but could we perhaps see a little movie? Looks like he's checking up from. He's going to have DRS here. Oh.
Contact at the back. SLR Darnell lost the rear, and I think V2 couldn't get out the way of it. SLR Darnell lost the rear. V2's got some damage from it.
Lost a bit of wing damage. So a bit of damage as the front three continue to scrap, and it's looking. They're just nose to tail. Midzi will, I'd assume, catch onto the back of him. It looks like he might just be able to get within DRS now, and the train shall begin. As Hoopalicious just sat on the bumper of SLR Freeman, just waiting to get. Look, he's just there on that kind of ERS indicator light, just waiting to. Oh, in fact, Ham looks like he could have had a bit of. Hoopalicious has got a good run here actually. He could be going for a move. He's going to pull to the outside. Could this be it? Go round the outside of Stowe. He's going to try and stick it in. Looks like he's done it. He has made a lovely move. That's a great move, that is. He's made it work. Although, looks like Freeman tried to send it. That's a horrid camera angle. I want to see the battling, not the side of the cars. And it looks like Hoopalicious has got the lead. And quite comfortably. That was a really good lap there as V2 has sped into the pit lane with his wing damage. That's him into there. And we've had a spinner.
Jitto. Yeah, Jitto's lost it. So not a great few seconds for the Mercedes team.
Yeah, we've just seen, not a great lap, was lap 3. As Zydrad has made another place on SLR Darnell, it looks like into Village that was. Although Darnell could be coming back to him, they're going to go side by side, possibly into Brooklands here, or is Zydrad going to let him go? Yeah, he's just let him past, nice and easy, slip behind him, try and keep in the DRS of him, and maybe go for a move and push on later on.
Mentioned earlier that you've got a 2.7 gap now between 7th and 8th, so already if you're Bezish, you're feeling quite comfortable, but SLR Dynamic's got this disadvantage of no DRS, so there's already going to be an early disadvantage as he just goes wide. So yeah, it's you've got to train at the front now.
Freeman has just made a move for the lead. He's just overtaken Hoopalicious, it seems, with a good exit from I'm getting it wrong again, from Woodcut, and he's Hoopalicious is coming back though, up the inside of Stowe this time. It's a great battle between the two. Oh, he's hit him!
Oh, Hoopalicious is gone! Oh,
he's gone, he's retired from the session. That's him out of the session.
Yeah, I was on board with Jam for that. Freeman, of course, was going wide. He came back onto the track, but of course, it wasn't a dangerous region, and Hoopalicious was still right next to Freeman. I think, well, in my opinion, that's the race thing to do, but we'll leave that one for the stewards. But Hoopalicious out of the race.
Oh, gutted for him, I really am. He looked like he was on for a really good race-long battle for the win here, and it's been stripped away from him there with an unfortunate incident. I don't think there was much that Hoopalicious could have done. I can't really tell, but that's so sad to see. It really is. And it looks like now Freeman will be in the lead in front of Jam and Midzi, and though that train is just getting nice and tidy. It's kind of the top 6. Red Bulls are at the back of it. They're in good positions right now. They've kept it clean, which is what we like to see. And Darnell is looking very tidy. So is Zydrad, who's made a few races. In fact, worth noting, Ham, after his spin on lap 1, is up to P9 already on the softs. He might be thinking about making a move on Zydrad shortly. Could we see us of horrid angles on going back?
Looking at the front again, it might be worth looking at the front because Jam's going to make a move on Freeman now.
Here we go. Yep, side by side into Stowe. Could it be a nice move around the outside? Oh, he's gone very late on the brakes, and he's made that a perfect move there as Jam. Could Freeman send it into Vale? He's not going to. He's going to sit behind him, and hopefully he'll go for a move. Just for our entertainment, hopefully he'll go for a move into Britain.
To make matters worse, being over, Freeman would not be overtaken on the outside, but he also went wide after Jam overtook him, so that would have been a warning. So that would have been double work for Freeman. Now he's under pressure from Midzi and Ghost Cold, closely followed by the Red Bull boys of Mercs and Blazers.
Yeah, there's about a 2-second gap to Darnell behind him, and it might be just worth noting Ham Jam just picked up the fastest lap of the race so far. And could Freeman go for a move here down into Brooklands? He's going to send it. He is going to send it around the outside. It was a bit of a late move. Probably not the lunge. He probably shouldn't have gone for it there. But it was close to contact. But he's done it. He's managed to stay in the race at least, which is what we like to see. We don't really like to see drivers spinning out and having unfortunate crashes. But yeah, it's just you can just see just how desperate some of these drivers are to get into the lead. They just want to be in a comfortable position, which is not the case.
I'm surprised by seeing how much the second place wants the lead, because again, if you first round got the arrest advantage, and you're going to lose a lot of those trying to defend that position. So I'm surprised that we're trying to pull the pin this early, if I'm honest, in lap 6. You've still got 20 laps to go.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and it looks like somebody's pulled the pin.
Freeman's in the pits.
Freeman's pulled the trigger. He's going to try and do an undercut on some of the guys near him, and Darnell has followed him in. So that is 2 of the top guys that started on the softs, and look at that. Hammer set another fastest lap. He's got the pace. He can go the distance. He's got past Zydrad as well. I don't know, maybe I didn't see that overtake, so he's got past him nonetheless. I don't know how he did it, but he'll hopefully try and push on to the likes of Bezos and Mercs, hopefully before they pit. But he's not too far behind, and he's back in that race now. I think it's fair to say he's done a very good recovery from his spin early on.
He's a testament to Ham's attitude, bouncing. Well, he came second place last season, and he's come back this season on another level. And is he going to show this again in this race at his home race? He's got a 2.3 second gap to catch up on the Red Bull guys. If you've got Jack, Mitzi, Ghost Colt fighting for first, if the places keep them switching, in no time, without doubt, Ham will catch.
Yeah, definitely. Just looking through the rest of the field, who we got near each other. We've got Beast is close to the back of Race Roller, but not like he'll go for a move. We might as well just ride on board, why not? Through Megs and Beckett's, see what the lines are like. Nice tight exit. Can you get off there? Don't go through the grass too much. Race Roller had a little bit, but it looks like Race Roller's got a slightly better exit. Jam has pitted, so that's the leader into the pits. Mitzi would take the lead. He has, yeah. And Ham has followed him. Oh, Beast picks up a penalty as both him and Race Roller went wide. So that is Mitzi in the lead. I'm interested to see. I'm going to just ride on board with Freeman just to see where roughly some of the guys come out. Actually, not yet because they're quite a way behind. I'm very interested to see where roughly they come out. See, I'm trying to think what's best for the stream. Ghost Colt's right on the back of Mitzi still, so they're close together. Of these two Brits.
I'm just keeping an eye on Freeman, and Jam has come out ahead of Freeman. Of course, Jam's tyres just got to heat up quickly, give it a few corners. Freeman is within a second of Jam, so he did. Well, he got a quick fastest sector free time, but Jam remains ahead of Freeman by about a second.
Yeah, Ham, I believe, jumped Darnell in the pits as well, but they are still very close. Midzi has picked up his, what I believe, the first penalty of the race. We're not going to, look at the race director and find him, but Ghost Colt, he's here. What a great run he has on Midzi. Could that be it? Side by side, they shall go, and a lovely move around the outside of Stowe. Yet again, as Midzi pulls into the pits after Ghost Colt takes it. So, Merckx has followed him. So Ghost Colt and Bez are just the two drivers remaining to pit from the soft bunch, yes you could call them. But what a great, what a great little battle we're having from all the top guys. Be interested to see where those guys come out, and you get the likes of Zydrad, Smoke, Nicky, Snipes, Paraquix, Beast. He's actually passed Race Roller there now as well. I've missed that. Those guys are going to come out ahead of the guys that were on the mediums, and hopefully they'll be hoping to go the distance. Could see perhaps the Zydrad go in for the win if he can stick it out to the rain on these medium tyres, which isn't too hard. It could definitely be done. We saw it done last night, so it doesn't mean it. Surely that means it could be done here tonight with guys that just can probably manage their tyres even better. I expect with a bit loose on the exit of Luffield there for Race Roller.
So you've just only got the top 10 now who are yet to pit. What's leading the way goes from Bezos, still on the soft tyres. Put themselves in the best position as possible at the end of the race, but then you've got 8 medium runners who still on the field, who started on the mediums, who are anticipating, I believe, late race rain. That they'll be hoping will benefit them, like some of the drivers in Division 3. Bezos is into the pits.
Yeah, Ghost Colt's still staying out. You'd expect he'd probably be, I reckon he'll be pitting this lap. I'm definitely, he probably told him on his strategy to pit on lap 10, but I know a lot of the guys think it's better off if you do lead, just kind of make it a little bit better. But we shall see. We'll see if Ghost Colt can keep it going. Bezos will probably come out near his teammate, I'd expect. If maybe in front of him, maybe behind him, it'd be around Merckx, I'd expect. It depends what the overcut and undercut are like. I've been told that the undercut's supposed to be quite good, but you can't just take my word for that. I definitely wouldn't suggest it. Nicky right on the back of Smoke. He's actually in a bit of a McLaren sandwich right now, I guess you could call it, even though technically he's the filling of that sandwich. So it's a Nicky sandwich with a McLaren loaves of bread. So not loaves, but slices of bread. There we go.
Impressive show from Nicky.
Nice, a Nicky sandwich.
Yeah. Apart from if your mother's name is Nicky, but we moved. Nicky showed an impressive show once again in the lead. battling with Smoke, who we know is a very good elite driver, especially with Snipes behind, actually, who is also a very good elite driver. These are all very good elite drivers, so for Nicky to be currently
yeah,
fourth...
we can't say, there's no such thing as a bad elite driver, is there, really? Yeah. Right. Here we go. Everyone's a bit spread out at the minute. I'm just trying to figure out what the best that's probably the best battle on track at the minute, actually, is this battle for currently third, but that'll be probably P2. Ghost Colt's still staying out, which is really interesting. Is he going to try and take these softs as long as he possibly can? Because that'll be very interesting. I am interested to find out just how long we've got until rain. It does look like the clouds are coming over just a little bit, but I don't think it's too much just yet. Hamjam yet again has picked up the fastest lap. He'll be going for that extra point, and just looking at that lovely aerial shot going through Brooklands, through Luffield. That's a lovely aerial shot there of Nicky right on the back of Smoke, and Snipes just not too far behind him. He's doing his best Hoopalicious impression, is Nicky right behind the back of him.
Nicky's to find it a bit difficult to get past Smoke. He hasn't got much hers, and Smoke's got plenty of it, you could say. So you could say, in terms of speed going down straight, Nicky's DRS and Smoke's hers is quite even. Could be a tough few laps for Nicky, maybe even a frustrating few laps for him.
Yeah, maybe we could see Snipes have a bit of an interesting time with these two then. They've kind of got the mixture of both right now. It looks like Nicky's just going to try and stick to the end of it. Freeman has just picked up a penalty for track limits, so there'll be maybe a game of penalties then. We might have to wait and see. But if there's somebody that can perhaps not getting any penalties, then they might find themselves in a very high up position. Let's look at some of this round the back of the track. Merckx is very close to Midzi right now. Looks like he just had a bit of DRS assistance down a hanger straight, so that'll be the case for him. And as I said, I knew that Ham had caught up, but not quite like this much. He's actually within DRS of the guys that he had lost all that time to, so that's quite good to see from Ham. Again, a very lovely little recovery drive from him after a very unfortunate spin. We don't actually know what happened. And could Nicky be going for a new left? Who's going into Woodcote? That's Brooklands. I can't get the corners right. I don't know what's happening to me. It's almost like the side pod all over again. Anyway.
I think you're right with Dylan. I reckon Ghost Colt's going to keep those softs going until the rain starts coming down. I would not be surprised if we're only about 2 or 3 laps away from some drops. So if you're some of the guys, if you're like Zydrad, Smoke, Nicky, you're looking good at the moment, if I'm honest, even as far down as Jitto.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be I'm very interested just to see how people, if Ghost Colt can somehow, take these tyres to the rain. He is in a very, very interesting little position. But it will be tough, that's one for sure. In fact, Snipes, I've just realised, is right on the back of Nicky coming. That was just from the hanging straight. I said that he was going to get interested. Maybe he'll get onto the back of him, but he is there, or thereabouts.
Ghost Colt's pace isn't looking bad. The gap is always near enough 5 seconds, so those softs don't seem to be showing any sign of wear at the moment, and that's bearing in mind, well, I know you've got Zydrad who's on 12 lap old mediums, but at this point in the race, the mediums would feel a bit comfortable. Having said that though, Zydrad is getting the 10th in a bit, and it's slowly extending, so it's looking good at the moment for Ghost Colt. Managed those tyres very well.
Yeah, considering it is Zydrad the man that's behind him, I'm not too surprised if he's going to be gaining a little bit of time to him, but it seems like the gap to Smoke isn't massively changing, so we'll have to see how it all works, how it all goes with that. But I'm just trying to keep my eyes on the times all over the track. So I do notice that Freeman is quite close to the back of Jam, but I just don't know who to spectate. Everyone's all over the place. It's quite interesting, really. I don't really know who to look at.
Looking a bit further back, it looks like SLR Darnell has lost a bit of ground on Ham, down 2.6 seconds to gap now, without that DRS help. So it could be a long end to the race now for SLR Darnell. Unfortunately, he's going to be one of the many drivers out there hoping for a safety car or the rain to hurry up sooner rather than later. Yeah,
definitely. If I was Darnell, I'd probably not be. I'd be hoping that the rain kind of sticks out a little bit, so that the mediums just can't quite make it as all. Nicky has a bit of a switchy back end.
Rain's arrived.
Oh, it has. It definitely has. And as you say that, we've actually got B-Dunk has come off at
Freeman's
Max and
making a big
Beckett, and
jam.
Freeman and Hajam are going for it side by side. I've lost them. No! I've lost them again. I've pressed in the wrong buttons. They're still side by side. They was through the Vale and clubbed side by side. They were, I think, pretty much from Stowe down to Abbey. They've been side by side. And I can't believe I've messed up so much. I'm actually really sad about that. I've mucked up the camera angle so bad. It's quite unfortunate. Anyway.
In Division 3 yesterday, when it started raining, it took about 2-3... Oh, Freeman's making a move on Jam again in the
He's
inside.
gone for it again.
And he's
Up
done
the
it.
inside from Woodland.
What's that about Division 3 yesterday? It was 2 or 3 laps we saw, or 2 laps until most of the group got on intermediates, which was the right time, and then 3 laps before everyone else done it. Are we going to see something similar? It looks like Ghost Colt. Well, all of the top runners have had an absolute blinder, but Ghost Colt especially doing fantastic on those soft tyres.
Oh no! I thought, oh, that's good. For a minute, then I just looked. And I thought, could we see those guys coming out on the going side by side through Max and Beckett? So that is Freeman and Jam, but they have decided not. And that battle is still going on for what is currently P3. But yeah, I've got to say, I've got to take my hat off to Ghost Colt, who, if he can take it just a few more laps, he'll be able to pit for Inters and see his race sorted there from then on in. So it's kind of hoping so for Ghost Colt, because that's an absolute blinder of a strategy. I'm surprised he's gone for it.
The driver's already losing about a second or second and a half a lap compared to the lap before. But yeah, that gap is coming down between Ghost and Zydrad. But you'd think in about 2 laps' time, they'll all be in the pits, putting on the intermediates. Just worth pointing out, actually, Bidon Cash retired. He retired in the pit lane. Ultimately, his race was over in the first few corners, I presume making contact with Ham and losing a bit of his end plate.
Yeah, he lost it just when we noticed the rain. He actually did spin through Max and Beckett. In fact, Bez's and Ham are going side by side. That was through Stowe. No, it wasn't. That's from Village, I believe. Yeah, going down to Cops. Could they go side by side through Cops? No, Bez is going to tuck in behind him and just stick at the back of him. I would expect we get no DRS shortly. Ham has not got much overtake left in the tank, and as Snipes has picked up a penalty as well. That gap just at the top looks so interesting, but every time I kind of pan away from them, they get close. We see a move. I want to see more moves here, but I'm kind of expecting that it might get a little bit more of a tussle as we some guys try and get track position before people start pitting for Inters. Good thing I didn't.
We were just saying earlier.
Snipes has passed Nicky.
Yep.
They're battling side by side. Oh, he's squeezed them a little bit.
Like you said many times, like we just said many times this race, if you're the top 9 drivers, you think you said you played an absolute blinder, which at the moment you have. But if you are the guys at the front, like Ghost Colt, Zydrad, Smoke, and Nicky, well, you're kind of in the worst position because you're going to be the first guys to approach in this condition. I mean, you won't know if it's the right time to pit or not. Of course, if you're further back behind, you'll get a bit of a better idea if it's the right time to pit or not, depending on how many chuckling intermediates. So as good as it is being at the front, you're kind of the guinea pig for everyone else behind.
Yeah, exactly, definitely. I've got to admit, yesterday it was slightly bit easier to decide because we were able to have a couple of guys that had pitted quite early on in Division 3, and so we could kind of base the time off there as Nicky goes up the inside. He's had a spin, he's spun round. That's Nicky out. Oh, that's heartbreak for Nicky. As we've got a safety car. Inters now. Get in, Tom. Yes, get in.
We're seeing what we saw in Division 1. The drivers at the front. I think, Ghost Colt and Zydrad have overtaken the safety car, I think. So, in fact, I think it might not be as severe as what we saw in Division 1. Everyone's going to be in the pit lane.
Ham sped into the pit lane.
Freeman stayed out.
Freeman's staying out. That's very interesting. You wouldn't expect that. Surely you'd think that it goes to Inter's conditions in this little window where we're going to have a safety car. Because everyone's coming in. Absolute blinder there for the likes of Para and Beast, who are the first two to come out on inters, you'd surely think everyone else is going to come out, coming into the pits, I should say, sorry. And so I'm just wondering, is Jam getting held up in the pits a bit? Jam's been held up massively in the pits there, and he's gone right down behind Bezzers. He was in the lead of this race, was he not? In front of Freeman.
I'm trying to think, would the Williams on this
Jam,
be
sorry.
at the front? Would Jam be at the front or the back of the pit lane? I would have thought you'd be right
He's at the back of the
where
pit
you'd
lane.
give the advantage.
Yeah, rather than.
But
You think he would, wouldn't you? But I guess.
The top five were faster safety car, but they're following a delta, and of course, people in the pits don't have a delta. Will the top five get away with it? Hopefully they do, but hope we could see something similar to what we saw in Division 1 Friday night, where unfortunately the top 6 did get shafted.
Yeah, I think Freeman has not pulled a very good strategy call, if I'm being completely honest. I'm not sure it was the brightest of ideas from Freeman to stay out there. Especially as I've just thought now, they're going to be double stacking Will the Haas guys. If Freeman's coming in now, so they'll be double stacking, as will the McLarens. So Snipes and Freeman could lose that a tad, probably not too much for Freeman because there's quite a big gap there, so it might not bother him too much. But this is where it gets interesting. Will Ghost Colt come out still in the lead? He'll definitely hope he will. It looks like he should do. I think he will. Won't get held up too much, so it looks okay for those guys.
I think the top 5 might have got away with it. Well, I say the top 5. Freeman is still in the pit, and you've got Para and UK Beast just coming around the straight. Yeah, Freeman's the one who's lost out in this.
Yeah, it'll be close to see who comes out. I think Smoke's going to come out just ahead of Beast, it seems. So that's P6 for Beast. Currently, Para quits into P4. So an absolute blinder for those two, who managed to pit very early and have really spiced things up. You got to look at that. You got to see the McLarens and the Ferraris have pulled an absolute blinder there. It's really worked out for them. And Ghost Colt is just having a little talk to the safety car driver a little bit. Have a little talk to Bert. So this is where it gets a bit dull. While we just wait for everyone to, you know what? Let's have a look at some position changes as we can.
Or actually see what's been said on the Twitch chat. I can imagine a lot has been said. We may as well have it done on your laptop.
Go for it.
Because, okay. I think there's a little conversation with Lee. Is still in the digital teams, which is good to see. Sam, is Ghost trying to make softs last of the rain? The answer is yes, it was, and it's paid off fantastically. He's leading the race ahead of Zydrad. Malicious has left the session. Unfortunately, he's retired. Yeah, we've got some commiserations for Malicious, who unfortunately retired earlier on. Ghost, what a legend! It's certainly paid off at the moment. Fantastic stuff. Support for the beats from Silly Bunny, and check this out. Top guys beat SC. Calling out what happened to Nikki. Unfortunately, the reason safety car is out is because of Nikki. Until then, it was a fantastic performance by Nikki. But it's so easy to make a mistake on this game, especially in this condition, in an elite race. So very unfortunate. Freeman may have just avoided the traffic in the pit lanes. The two-man, he did avoid the traffic, but he seems to have lost ground. Well, I say he's lost ground. He was fighting with Ham, Jam, and all of that, and he's still up ahead. It could have been. He's got 6 drivers in front of him though, and they're not easy drivers to get past. Jam has to wait behind race roller.
I was going to say, I was just going to point that out. That makes perfect sense now. So Williams double stacked, and that's what cost Jam so much time under the safety in the pit lane, which is heartbreak for Jam, who looked like he was going to perhaps close a gap a little bit in the championship race. That's a horrible angle. I don't really want to look at that. But you've got to look at these top guys, at this top 6. Absolute blinders have been played by those guys. Of course, they were all yet to pit, and they've come in and done exactly that. They've come in and done their pit stop, so they're only going to have to do 1 stop, but everyone else had to do 2. So the likes of Zydrad, who had an unfortunate qualifying, he qualified P12, kind of out of sync to where he normally is in a really good position now for the rest of this race, and could be on for a race win where he definitely wasn't expecting it after qualifying. That's exactly what we pointed out during qualifying as well, didn't we?
was going to say, yeah, there's that, and just go back to Freeman, actually. I've been saying that I reckon it was a bad mistake for him staying out. I'm just thinking about it and looking at it. Tooman, he's right, Freeman's played blind. Of course, you mentioned some of the drivers, including Jam, lost an awful lot of time. And with everyone going down the pit lane, you probably would find yourself stuck in the pits. And for, obviously, Freeman staying out that extra lap, he avoided it. So, in fact, Tooman's right, Freeman has actually played a blinder. But he's got 6 drivers ahead of him, fast drivers. Try and
the safety car is in. Ghost Colt will be trying to make himself the 3rd different Ferrari driver to win this weekend. Could it be his first win of the season? We are about, and his first win in SLR, we are about to find out, as he will slow the pack right up. As, Jam's picked up a 5-second penalty for collision combat. That's not good to see. Here we go then. It's about to get tasty. Very tasty indeed, as Ghost Colt will begin. So he'll be setting the pace. He'll be the one to let it go. The safety car is in, and he can go. Ghost Colt can go. Everyone's going for it. Bez has got a collision with combat now as well. I don't know how that happened when they're 2 apart. Jam's lost the position, and it looks like Ghost Colt has gone away very, very comfortably.
Yeah,
well done to him. Yeah, blinder of a start. Combat has retired on track. It looks like, yeah. Well, that's not great. They might have to have a talk to him about that in the stewards this weekend. Whenever it will be, tomorrow night, tonight, who knows. Who we got that's close on the track then? The train does begin.
I'm going to say Midge and Merck. There's a lot of respect between these two outside the track. Is they going to be on the track?
Yep, side by side they go through Village. No, that's not Village, that's Luffield. What am I on about? Again, still side by side. Midzi makes the move. And Ham is just behind him as well. So Ibn X loses 2 positions quite quickly. Looks like he'll keep it through Cobb, so that's good to see for him. So this is all for position now, which makes it even more interesting. Nobody's left to pit, so here we go. Wow, I'm so excited.
Freeman on beast, it looks like. Freeman looks like he's going to set something up there.
Here we go then. Will he go for it? He pulls up to the inside. He'll send it up the inside of Beast. We'll try and keep it around. It looks like he will. A bit wide. Get a bit closer there as they come in. And Freeman has made that move quite comfortably.
He's a man on the mission, it's Freeman.
Side by side. Yeah, Freeman is definitely still in the shower. He's the man that's been setting some very good pace. Of course, he did get pole, didn't he? I don't know why I keep thinking it wasn't him, but he was. He picked up his 7th pole of the season, as we've said so many times. Snipes is right in the back of Paracrix. He's going to go for it here into Village. Paracrix hasn't given him any room at all, so he's lost a lot of ground. In fact, Freeman is going to be up the inside of him now. So he goes to move again.
So, yeah, further down, Mizzy's making the move and Raceway still on the outside. They're so close between the two. Raceway still staying out in front.
Side by side, they went through the loop. Will Mizzy send it into Brooklands? No, he won't. Good, because that could have ended in tears. They go through Lufford then, and Midzi just stayed there a little bit. Ham is past Merckx now as well, just by looking at it, and everything is just so all over the place. Zydrad is closing in on Ghost Colt. The top 2 have checked out from Smoke and Paro and P3 and 4, so it looks like it's their race to lose at the moment. Penalties could decide a lot here, so it's very still all to play for. Even if you're really low down the field, you could get some incredible positions still. I'm really excited. I don't think I've got any words to describe what's about to happen here.
Certainly not over. A lot could happen if I run up slowly.
My throat's really killing now as well. Could we see a move from Freeman here? No, I was using the wrong part of the track for me to come to him. Yeah, look, it's just a very long train at the minute, a nice little snake. There's a bit of a gap. Smoke has checked out a bit of a gap in P3 as well, so could Smoke be on the end of a very decent little result there? The only people there, Freeman is right in the back of Paracrix, he's not going to send it there. Could we see perhaps a move into the likes of Brooklands through Village? They go, oh, he's right, he's at a bit of a kick oversteer. It actually gives them a nicer move, nicer line into Aintree, or into the loop and through Aintree. Midsy's made it past Race Roller into Village, so could we see a move here? Snipes is actually right in the back of Freeman, and he almost sent it actually on in there. So he's not giving it up.
Well, the race runners could go wide, and he's gone wide again. A tiny mistake from Ham might have ruined the opportunity to try and sneak into the inside. Race runners still ahead of Ham, closely followed by Merckx. Jitto's doing well. He might be on course for a first point in the lead.
Yeah, he's of course picked up a lot of points in the other divisions.
Oh no!
Oh, Ham's left. Quickly get him in.
Yeah.
That's your
trying.
job, not mine.
Yeah, no, I'm on it.
Here we go. Freeman. Could he perhaps make a move here on Para Quicks? It looks like Para had a slightly better exit, so it doesn't look like. I think Freeman might be a bit too far away, but it's never too far away from Freeman. He is the late breaker in the league, as we've said so many times in the past, as we've seen in the past. Oh, Darnell and Ham are going side by side. Darnell's been forced out wide at Stowe there. That's Jam. I think I said Ham. Oh my, so many times I've done that. As Ham's losing positions, he's dropping positions like flies here. It's not good to see.
I'm sending him. I've sent him two invites. Hopefully he gets them. Hopefully he can come back.
Yeah, we all hope that the championship leader can get back in. He was on points for a good position. Freeman goes down the inside into the loop. They've banged wheels, a little bit of power in Freeman. Then he's going to take the inside for Aintree. Paraquix has given no room at all through Aintree, and he's taken the inside line. So that's a bit of a squeeze there from Paraquix, but it looks like Freeman might just make it. My throat is dying. I need some water, but I forgot to take a drink with me. That's really hurtful. But it's so tight, nip and tuck. I have no words. I really don't. Everyone's all over the place. This is going to be hard to see soon as well. Midsy's here on the back of Beast. Could he perhaps make a move? I think I don't know when we'll expect. It's probably into Stowe will be the next proper overtaking point unless one of them makes a mistake. I'm really hoping you can't hear the sniffs in that, but probably likely. I'm trying to find out if there's anything else going on. There's just a massive train basically. It's all going on. Could Freeman now make a move on Para? Snipes is not far behind him. Beast then, Midsy, then Race Roller and Merckx. They're all in it really. Jam in fact is on the inside of Jitto. As they go into Stowe, he looks like he's a little bit quite close, very close there. But it looks like the move is staying. Although he sends it up the inside into the Verge chicane. He's made the move constantly. And Joe has passed Ham as well. In fact, Ham has dropped right back down to the bottom now. Is he connected again?
He hasn't come back yet. I've sent him free.
Well, that is not good to see at all. It's really a heartbreak for our championship leader. As Beast has had a spin. He's had a bit of a half spin, I think. By the looks of it, probably in Village, because he was in P7, he's gone all the way down to P11. After playing a blinder strategy, the rain is really coming down, and that's hindered him a lot there, so he's back down behind Jan. It's still to play for though. Can't take your head down, as he said to me yesterday. Zydrad has picked up a penalty here, so that could be what plays a pivotal point in his charge for the lead. Ghost Colt, he's got a nice little gap, but Zydrad is not far behind him as they go through Megs and Beckett's 5 seconds ahead of Smoke, and he's got a little bit of a gap to P4 and Paraquix as well. In fact, so much that Paraquix has got Freeman right in the back of him with a good exit here. Could he get it? It looks like Paraquix has got the better exit again, and Paraquix is making a really hard time here for Freeman. And fair enough to him, he's got some really good defensive drive in his Para, and I believe he's quite quick in all that, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he sent it up to the inside with Snipes on Freeman. He sent it massively, and there's a big kick up there. Midsy's up the inside of him now as well. They go side by side, they shall go, and it looks like Snipes is just, I don't know, maybe they just had a bit of coming together, which meant that they couldn't quite get the move done as they wanted to. Look at that massive train from Midsy down to Race. Oh, that's not Race Roller, that's Jam. There's all, Merckx has made a dive on Race Roller. Jam's made it through up the inside of his teammate. And they continue to go side by side. Beast has got a lovely view of this hole, coming forward with him. They still go side by side with the two Williams drivers through Aintree. Bit of a corner cut from Race Roller has kind of kept him in that position, and he could continue to go. He's literally drafted right on the bumper, and it looks like still Race Roller will keep that position. He's lost the position to Merckx. Merckx made the move competently, and that is that for the moment in time. It looks like that first corner is a lot of actions happening with maybe some loose back ends through Abbey.
I'll try and quickly fit this in. You've got a lap and a half to go. Viewers, chuck in your driver of the day. A lot can still happen yet in a lap and a half, but by all means, chuck in your driver of the day now.
Here we go. Sorry, I was really struggling for a minute then. But I'm trying to just go through the pain here. Freeman is right on the back of Parrot. Could we see him move into Vale? I think he's a bit too far behind, but Snipes is there. In fact, Snipes has actually sent an absolute dive bomb on Freeman into the Vale chicane. He's made the move stick as well, and now Midsy's right on the back of Freeman. It's all over the place. It's absolutely amazing. Oh, I can't. This is ridiculous. Just everything that's happening is just all too much for my head. It's going to explode. It's ridiculous. As Jam's right on the back of his teammate again, he's going to send it up the inside. It's a village. No, it's not quite. It's going to be close. In fact, Midsy again is on the back of Freeman. It's all over. Oh, Freeman's had a bad exit. He had a bit of the rears lights up through the loop, and then the exit of the loop. Then Midsy's tried to get. Freeman's just weaving to get out of the toe. Brooklyn's a bit of a bang there. I think it should be fine with wind damage. Freeman's taking a wider line through Luffield. And it looks like Freeman has managed to keep himself into P6, but it's still so much going on.
No, Here we
go. It's a cops. They're still going side by side. I tried to maybe go to Merckx for a better view, but it's not quite good enough. They're still battling.
It's ridiculous. Might have to look at the front now.
Yeah.
Who's going to win?
Yeah, so when you go down, I'm going to keep an eye on these two.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on
two. The rest of it. It's the last lap of the race. I've completely not even realised it's lap 26. I'm literally tears coming out of my eyes with just how much I'm struggling with my throat right now. But Ghost Colt will come through to take the win ahead of Zydrad. To make his first ever win in SLR. Ghost Colt, the Ferrari driver, has made it work. Smokers come through to take P3, and Paraquix and Snipes come through now to take P4 and 5. Freeman takes. Oh, here we go. There's some.
Go on! Merckx got third!
What?
Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
Everyone just crossed the line so quickly. I said that having no penalties will be pivotal. It helped Merckx out. In Canada, he went from P20 the whole race to P4, and it sounds like he's just done it again.
Yes!
Oh my word. So Merckx is just... Oh my god. Absolute scenes as Merckx has pulled an absolute blinder. He's on there. He's on the podium for P3. Ghost Colt takes his first win in SLR history. And what a British Grand Prix weekend it's been. The whole weekend has been absolutely sublime. And this is your top three. Ghost Colt takes his first ever win ahead of Zydrad, who thought his race was over after qualifying. A great strategy call saw him get P2. And Merckx 47 has come through for Red Bull to get their third podium of the weekend.
I invited the guys
only three drivers.
Yeah, another one worth mentioning, Jitto in 6th. Jitto, points in Div 2, points in Div 1, and now points in Elite.
Wow, so Ghost Colt took the win from Zydrad and Merckx with an absolutely cracking drive. Smoke has caught some good points in P4, then Paraquix, after being right at the back row of the grid, he's P5. Jitto in P6, Race Roller in P7. A great race from him. Snipes in P8, Freeman in P9, Midsy in P10, Jam Ham not in the points, neither is Ham. Bez's Darnell Beast. The rest of the grid, and I don't have words. It's so all over the place. I can't handle it. I've got nothing left. Oh,
I've got nothing left. God.
What a mental race. I have no words. I really don't.
Let's catch up, Refrac, whilst we get the podium.
I'm collapsing. While we get the podium in. Right.
Well, let's try and get Ghost in then. Do you want me to do the questions, Owen? Do you want to share in them, or?
You can start off. I'll take P2, and then you can do the winner as well.
All right. Well, hopefully, we'll give it a few seconds. Our Ghost is in now.
Just while our podium, just have a little chat.
That's fine. Right. Shit. I wish you could hear what's going on in this party if they haven't all ticked. But right. I'll give you
it's a good thing that we don't really.
Yeah. Right. Hopefully you've all ticked, because I'll start off with third place, where we have Mercs. Mercs, mate, third place. You've done it again. We saw it in Canada, where I think you finished 4th or 5th. On it at Silverstone, your bogey jack, as we said before the race. First of all, to be a podium finisher in Elite in your home race, how does that feel?
Yeah, that it doesn't get much sweeter than that. I think I've only got there's only the best I could have done probably after reaching Q3. Yeah, I mean, first time I've managed to get myself on the podium, especially after only making it 2 laps last season. Yeah, and now surpassing my points tally from last season as well in the process. So it's been a good evening, to say the least.
Okay, and now to talk about your race, because that looked horrendously difficult on track. Just talk us through really how the experience was for you, starting in the dry, making sure you timed the intermediate pit stop to perfection. Just talk us through your race.
Yeah, I mean, I had one dash in quali. I did a solid lap, didn't quite work out, but yeah, I only really just look forward from there. I had to, because I had threat from behind with the medium runners, so I had to just make the gap. I mean, yeah, I knew the softs could go a long way, and I think the safety car came out at the right time for Ghost Cult today, and fair play for not actually getting a puncture before that safety car came out. Yeah, and obviously Zydrads on the alternate strategy, I thought he was going to win the race, to be fair. So I think the safety car actually helped Colt out with that one. So, but yeah, I think I was like, well, once the safety car come out, I think I just had to just get in. It was definitely the right choice, because it was intermediates on the lap safety car came in. I think, yeah, I was really biding my time in the DRS train behind. I was behind Colt, I think, in the end. As the other guys pitted early, obviously they got the undercut. But yeah, I knew the rain was coming, didn't know when. The mule fired under the safety car. Unfortunately, I think Ham disconnected, so I don't know what his penalty situation was, but yeah, he probably should be on the podium himself today, so unlucky to him. But yeah, I guess you make your own luck in this business, so yeah, I just kept it clean. I didn't even pick up a warning the entire race, so yeah, I just had my mind focus on just stay in this train, stay behind. Made a move on the race roll it was at the end, caught him napping. So yeah, I think I didn't know I was going to jump out that many positions, but it's a welcome surprise at the end of the day. Podium at your home race, can't be too disappointed with that.
Yeah. It's absolutely fantastic. You mentioned about you got a bit of luck going up to third. If you remember the terrible luck you had last season, it's nice to see that it's finally breaking even. So again, massive congratulations on third place. We'll go over to Owen for second place.
Yeah, I just had a bit of an inkling that Merckx could be up there. Of course, Canada gave us a little bit of a taste, so congratulations to Merckx getting up to P3.
Cheers.
Surprised us and us all once again. Now on to P2, Zydrad. So, well, after, I'm sure we had a little chat beforehand, didn't we? And we said that you said to me that your place doesn't look too great. You weren't so sure. You said you'd be happy if you got a P6. Well, you got P2, and after quali, I'm sure you probably weren't expecting something like that.
Definitely. Bottle quality of it. Could have performed better, but then on the plus side, I had that free choice tyres and everyone else in the top 10 on the softs. Race guide, yeah, I had to dodge about 3 or 4 collisions, managed to do that. And then pretty straightforward, didn't really overtake anyone. No one really overtook me apart from Ham, and he fell back. And then rain came. I was just trailing behind Colt the entire race, basically. The least eventful podium sitter, I reckon, because the other two had quite a hectic experience. But yeah, P2, definitely the best situation. No safety car, maybe I could have won, but you know, that's how the cookie crumbles, really. So can't really take anything. I'll fucking take it, to be honest.
Yeah, congratulations to you. I don't really know what else to say. I did a little bit of controller. But, yeah.
I tried catching up to Colt in the rain. Brilliant introduction to Elite Rain, by the way. First time this season, and what a race I introduced. Yeah. Tried applying pressure on Colt, because I knew I was relatively quick in the wet compared to the dry, but clearly not quick enough, because every time I tried to apply pressure, he just kept his cool and kept it clean, and then I got a second pen. I thought, let's just bring it over for second. And there we go, yeah. Race over.
Oh, yeah. Well, as you say, a great recovery drive from as you say, a pretty dodgy quali, P12, and of course the strategy did work wonders for you with the mediums managed to go to distance. But of course, the other man that did go to distance was of course the race winner, so I'll pass you on to the Southerner.
Thank you, Owen. Ghost Colt. At the start of the race, I was saying to Owen, we've seen 5 new SLR winners in the past 10 days. And if I am wrong, I believe you are our 6th new SLR winner in the last 10 days.
Well then.
Unless I'm wrong. So, if the case, first of all, how does it feel to be an SLR winner, especially in Elite? Speechless.
I didn't hear half of that.
No, so I was just saying, unless I'm wrong, how does it feel to be an SLR winner, especially for it to come in an elite race like that? How does it feel, first of all?
I don't know. I'm quite happy with it. Wasn't expecting a win at all. I was happy with 6th in quality. But getting to Q3 I was happy with. I had to adjust my setup because it was always going to rain during the race, so it was actually better in the dry than it was before, so that was quite good. So I thought it was going to rain quite early around lap 10, so that's why I didn't pit towards the start of the race. So I saw Beeman, everyone else ahead of me go in for whatever tire I went on. I'm not sure what I went on. Before I'm going to I'm going to stay out in the lead, nurse the tyres. Safety car came out as it was to start to rain. Went onto the enters and adjusting to the rain was a bit difficult, but managed to just control it really.
I've got to ask about your soft tyre. By the time you pit, what condition were your soft tyres in?
Dead. Absolutely shot. But they had nothing on them. The understeer was ridiculous.
Fantastic management, it certainly was. We've got to talk about, this is your 3rd podium of the season. Obviously this one being the most important one after, I think you got 2 podiums in the first 3. So you've clearly shown fantastic pace, again as we saw, as you reminded us in Austria last week. I pointed earlier on, there's almost like a second championship going on for 6th place onwards. You and Merckx were tied, obviously that's changed now. But after winning this Grand Prix, how much should confidence be going into the next few races? Do you think you might be able to, well, maybe not a late charge for the top, but a late charge for like maybe the likes of Freeman and Midsley ahead of you? Do you think you've got a strong chance of catching them up?
or goes race by race. So anything can really happen. Like today, anything could have happened and did happen. So we'll have to see how they go. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot more confidence.
Absolutely, that's fantastic to hear. That is the third Ferrari win this weekend. You'll also be pleased to know, Ghost, you got driver of the day. So congratulations.
Nice. Congratulations.
Back over to you, Owen.
Yeah, so as you pointed out, we've seen a very strong weekend for Ferrari with winners in Division 1, Division 2 and Elite. Almost got the top 4, but I'm blaming Scott for that. So here we go. So we go next week to Hungary. Be sure to join us on Wednesday, where we'll start off the weekend with the SLR Side for what I believe is the 22nd episode. I've got to make sure I get the numbers in there. Then we'll go on to F2 on Thursday night. Well, I'll hopefully be making my return, which will be quite fun. I'm sure I'll be looking forward to that. We've got the normal calendar as a normal. What am I talking about? The schedule as per normal with Friday Div 1, and we've got Div 2 and 3 on Saturday, and then we'll come back here this same time next week for Elite, and around the Hungary ring. There we go. Can't speak properly. Just open questions to you three lads. What are you feeling about next week?
I'll start.
Go for it.
Well, yeah, I think it's a track. It's one of my favourite tracks, I'd say. It's usually been good. It's been good to me in the past, so yeah, hopefully it can be good to me next week. We'll have to wait and see, of course. I think I remember last season, the top 8 were separated by less than 2/10 in Q3, so yeah, it'll be much of the same in qualifying, and the race will be quite close. It's tough to overtake, of course, as it always is around there, but yeah, to finish first you must finish, so I'll give it a good go. There's always a slight chance you can get a good podium or win, so got to be in it to win it, so yeah, I'll give it a good go.
Anybody else?
Hungary?
I think Hungary's a nice track. It's got a pretty nice flow. It's one of my stronger tracks, I think. So I want to spend another win from me, but I think top 5, maybe. Be strong.
If that question is directed to me as well, Hungary it's not great. I probably wouldn't leave a huge gap in between meals. I'm hoping for a good race in Div 1. It was micro trees in it, so hopefully you might see something similar to what we saw earlier this season.
Yeah, when it comes to Hungary for me, I like the track. I really do enjoy the track. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a DRS train, but yeah, I think my basic goal is like a top 6. So if I can get that again, I'll be more than happy.
Oh, thank you to our top 3. Well done to the 3 of you, to Ghost Cult, our winner, Zydrad in P2 and Mercs in P3. Thank you, of course, as always, to my co-commentator Southerner for another great, lovely performance on commentary again tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And I've been your host, SLR Owen. Hopefully you will have a good rest of the weekend for what's left of it, and hopefully we'll see you at the same time again next week. Thank you and good night.